Hi guys, welcome back to Bridgesbookshop. It's been a while since I've last done a video. You might have seen we've done many YouTube shorts recently, so we've got little short videos, 30 seconds long, of new stock in. But I'm going to start doing some longer videos with certain books for you to take a closer look at. We've had a few books in this week that I thought might be of interest to you. I'm not going to go too in-depth with some of these books. I'm just going to kind of show you what they are. I'll put some images up on the screen as well at the same time. Let us know in the comments if you want a more in-depth look at one of these books. I can do a longer video showing you a bit more. But yeah, I'm trying to do a bit more long content as well as the short content. The YouTube shorts have been going very well. We've been consistent with that for the past 3 weeks or so. A daily upload of a new book, you know. So yeah, make sure you watch our YouTube shorts. Don't forget to also follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on. Just search bridgesbookshop.com. So starting off today, we've got this one in, Sir Walter Scott's Demonology and Witchcraft from the Morley's Universal Library. Like I say, I'll put some more images there up. This is very interesting. Sir Walter Scott, 1884. Obviously it's a later edition, it's not a first edition or anything like that, but it's a bit different for us. We don't usually get this type of stuff in, so I'm probably going to do a bit of a longer video on this because there's lots of interesting information within it and about it. But yeah, Demonology and Witchcraft, not something we usually have in. There's that one. We've had a lovely, we do a lot of vintage Bibles, antique Bibles, as you probably know. Occasionally we get a nice set in that it's a bit better than others. This is a lovely boxed set. I don't know if you can see it on the screen there. I'll put some more images up of that. But this is a lovely set in particular from Iron Spottiswoode, I think they're called. They're no longer in production. But this is a nice Bible and prayer set in fine Morocco leather, gilt edges, etc. But that's a very nice set. There's cheaper versions available. Not in very good condition, but this has not been touched. It's got a nice velvet lined box, shelf, Common Prayer, Holy Bible, King James Version in its original case, unused, very nice condition. So yeah, a nice vintage Bible, which we do a lot of. We've had a couple of illustrated children's books, well, not necessarily children's books, but The Tempest, Shakespeare's The Tempest, illustrated by Robert Annan Bell. Again, I'll put some more images up on the screen, but the very nice line drawings. We've had a couple of Robert Annan Bell illustrated books before. Basic line drawings, but very nicely done. So any fans of Shakespeare and fans of illustrated Shakespeare might be a fan of this. Again, all these will be done as YouTube shorts as well, so this is where we do a sped up version of me flicking through the book and showing you the illustrations, etc. within the book. Tempest. And another one that I've been very excited about actually this week is Stories of Old by E.L. Hoskyn. What's fascinating about this particular edition, well, it's a first edition for a start, but it's illustrated by L. Tennant. But within, it's lovely maps, illustrated maps of various countries, such as, what are we looking at here? So we've got St. George and the Dragon, so that's obviously England. You've got Two Welsh Heroes, so that's Wales. The Story of Robert the Bruce, which is Scotland. Ireland, you've got St. Patrick. France, you've got Joan the Maid. Russia, Belgium, Holland, Germany, Scandinavia, Iceland and Denmark. So it's a little introduction to each of those stories from each country, along with a rather well done map, illustrated map of each country. Very, very nice, and actually quite a very rare edition. This is probably going to be more of an in-depth video that we'll be doing, going into detail more about each of the stories for each of the countries with a close-up look of each map, but very nice. So there are a few of the books that we've had in. You might notice my new little office space that I'm working from now. Previously I've done the filming with my bookcases behind, but I've got invested in a better of a workspace for doing all my YouTube shorts. But yeah, so let me know in the comments if there's any of these that you'd like a closer look at. Like I say, I'll be doing longer videos for the stories of old in particular, but if you want a closer look, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.